Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. I learned the hard way this past year that people sometimes get jealous or envious, and to be careful about talking about the positive things in your life or even the negative things in your life, because you never know how people see things. Your crisis could be what somebody wishes for in some way. I'll get to that in a second. But I had a chess club that I was going to here at the community college, but I kind of fell out of favor here, and the reason for that was last fall. You guys remember I was very heartbroken, and I had offered rewards for anybody who could set me up on blind dates. And one of my friends at the club took offense at that. And one day we were talking about information security, and he straight up to me, I guess you don't have to worry about that because you'll have to give away your money anyway. He said something to that effect. Long story short, it caused a divide, and I kind of fell out of favor with that group. Now looking back at it, I think he was, because he's a student. He's 22 years old. I think he's just jealous that he doesn't have the or he doesn't have a love life, right? And I was like, well, if you know so much better. How's your dating life look like? And he drew a complete blank. And so I think he just doesn't have the money to do what I did. And the truth is that I don't think of it as throwing my money away, because you got to remember what my life was like in October. I was so heartbroken. I wasn't eating right. I often didn't sleep right. And a lot of times, I caused trouble with everybody around me because I was so heartbroken. And let me ask you a question. How much money do you think the typical person might spend over the course of 9 months to tend to their eating disorder, their sleep disorder? Look, I mean, turn on the television every night at 2, 3 a.m. and see how many drugs they push for sleep disorders. Or go watch an infomercial about losing weight at night. Or you can watch endless info. And what do you think is more productive? Doing all of those things that you see on television, or giving a couple of rewards and actually improving my life to the point that I'm not doing that, right? And that's not even the tip of the iceberg in what I gained between then and now. I also learned a lot of experience with networking with people. But of course, good luck getting the average American to feel that way. A lot of people just get emotional, right? I've learned to spin. So, for example, I'm leaving tomorrow for Taiwan. Now, vacation envy is a very common source of envy, especially amongst colleagues. I've learned to try to avoid using the term vacation. Right, I'm going to be networking with people over there. I got a conference to go to. Go see a friend over there. Right, go spend time with my aging grandmother. Right, um, and will I also have fun while I do that? Probably, but try to avoid of spinning it as I'm going out there to have fun, right? Ditto with any sort of dating event, right? Uh, Unfortunately, a lot of people talk about their positive experiences way more than their negative ones. It creates a little bit of a skew, and I've learned not to do. Now, I obviously when I was offering the reward, it was very public information. So I couldn't really spin it in any way. But I want to put it out there that I mean, you got to remember, back in September, I was so heartbroken that I was literally feeling physical pain. Now, if you had a physical chest pain like that, chronic, week after week, month after month, and you could resolve it, and your medical bill was only $5,000. I think most people would think that was a pretty good deal. Now, why is it not such a good deal when it involves something other than going to a hospital, right? I just don't understand that. This is the Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum.